During its 20 plus years on the market, the Resident Evil series has seen many different spin-offs to its mainline entries, some good, some bad, and some being multiplayer games. From Umbrella Corps to the Mercenaries mode, these multiplayer spin-offs have had various qualities. But now, bundled in with Resident Evil Remake, we have Capcom's latest multiplayer experience, Resident Evil Resistance. So let's see if Capcom has a hit on their hands. Resistance is a 4v1 game similar to the likes of the long-forgotten Evolved and the still rather popular Dead by Daylight. Seeing a collection of 4 survivors going up against one of Resident Evil's many villains as a mastermind, the whole point of the game is for the survivors to scour the areas for secrets and keys to escape, while the mastermind does everything in their power to stop them by deploying zombies and various other iconic Resident Evil monsters. Playing as a survivor is very similar to your typical Resident Evil single player experience. You search areas for items, ammos and keys to progress, whilst also shooting many different monsters and avoiding traps along the way. The fluidity of movement of your character feels a bit janky compared to the single player games, and the lack of a minimap on the screen makes exploration a pain and it can be easy to get lost. Shooting also feels a bit odd, with enemies not showing any feedback to your shots. This could be due to my internet, but it's something to certainly look out for. Each of the survivors have their own special abilities and skills, from characters who have powerful melee moves to a hacker that can disable cameras to a person with extra healing abilities. Each character has their own sort of ultimate move that can help your team out as well. Playing as a survivor is, well, just fine, but there's nothing really there to make it anything more than an okay experience. But for me, where I had the most fun playing is as a mastermind. In the few chances I got to play as one, I had a whale of a time. You travel between camera to camera, watching the survivors, and here you can lay your own traps and even spawn some enemies. You can even take control of some of these enemies in true Evolve sort of fashion, and it's incredibly enjoyable and a nice change of pace. Once you completed a match, you gain upgrades for your character, unlock new masterminds and abilities in typical online multiplayer fashion. You can choose to have custom matches, quick play and team play with your mates. It's just a shame you may enter a match and end up as a character you don't like playing as. As for the maps on offer, you have 4 different ones as of launch, and they do have some nice looking vistas, mainly because they're using the brilliant RE engine. It's a shame there's no extra maps as of yet, but hopefully there's a roadmap coming up with new content to keep players invested. On to the presentation now, and as said before, the game is running on the RE engine, so it does look great with plenty of details on both the environments and the characters, and thankfully it does run okay with a rather stable frame rate throughout. Considering it's an online multiplayer game, it's pretty much a given that microtransactions will be included. I mean, it'd be rude if they weren't. And they are. What we have here are a collection of boosters that boost your progressions for each match. The prices vary from a couple of quid to 20 odd quid, so they're not too expensive. During my playtime with the game, I never even thought about buying them, so they're not that intrusive, so don't worry about them. Conclusion time now, and Resident Evil Resistance is certainly something different from your typical Resident Evil experience, and for the most part it's a pretty serviceable yet forgettable game. The basic idea of the game is sound and it does allow for some fun moments as the mastermind, but the game can get a bit boring and unbalanced playing as a survivor. There is fun to be had here, but it'll be interesting to see how Capcom changes things up in the coming months. So that's why I'm giving Resident Evil Resistance a 6 out of 10 with a title of OK. As always, thank you for watching my review, like, rate and subscribe, and until next time, happy gaming, bye.